Good day, ladies and gentlemen. For today's presentation, our Group 3, will present the Chapter 1 and 2 of our research, namely the Research Introduction and Review of Related Literature, or RRL. The title of our study is Perception on the Use of Facebook Messenger to the Learning of ABA Modular Students at Las Piñas City National Senior High School, Doña Josefa Campus. Initiating the Chapter 1 or the Introduction. This chapter presents the Facebook Messenger as a bridge of learning of the Grade 11 ABA Modular Students at Las Piñas City National Senior High School, Doña Josefa Campus. Education and learning are vital for youth development. It enhances the cognitive, mental, and physical capability of the youngers toward a development that can be also used for their future purposes. COVID-19 pandemic has made impact to the community, especially in the sector of education. Since pandemic started, face-to-face learning is prohibited. On the other hand, distance learning is introduced, paving the way to the use of technology as a medium to continue learning. This research will be about the significance of using Facebook Messenger on the modular learning of the ABA modular students at Las Piñas City National Senior High School, Doña Josefa Campus.
Background of the study. Education and learning are vital for all youth's development. It enhances the cognitive, mental, and physical capability of the youngers toward to development that can be used for their future purposes. COVID-19 pandemic has made impact to the community, especially in the sector of education. Since pandemic started, face-to-face learning is prohibited. On the other hand, distance learning is introduced, paving the way to use technology as a medium to continue learning. This research will be about the significance of using Facebook Messenger on the modular learning of the ABM modular students at Las Piñas City National Senior High School, Doña Josefa Campus. Social media has been proven in many studies that facilitate educational activities. Through collaboration, interaction, active participation, critical thinking, and learning content sharing, stated by Choi in 2013, and Thoms and Eril Mas in 2014. NIU in 2017 also argued that Facebook as social media could be used as a learning management system, LMS. College students or students who are planning to start their education in a university can use Facebook for many purposes, such as to choose a proper school, register for classes, choose their majoring fields, buy textbooks, find class schedules and plan, find class tools and materials, and communicate with other students and teachers. On the other hand, Aldelea and Tasir in 2017 stated that Facebook has a positive effect on students' achievement when used for educational purposes. Junko in 2012 found that when students use Facebook for educational purposes such as gathering information, checking to see what friends are up to, and sharing information, sharing links, it results in a positive academic outcome better than when they use it merely for socializing, such as status update and chatting. Meanwhile, Angoro and Ruang Grong in 2020 conducted a study on Facebook as an alternative learning tool for education amidst COVID-19 pandemic. They finalized that this platform can be used as a reliable learning management system, capable of sharing and storing different files, synchronous and asynchronous interaction of the teachers and learners, monitoring students' outputs, and giving feedback. In addition, Avila and Cabrera in 2020 conducted a study to understand better the effectiveness of using the Facebook group feature of Facebook and distance learning as an learning to various learning management systems. especially during the time of the COVID-19 pandemic, and revealed that the use of Facebook group in virtual classrooms highly improved the academic performance of students compared to those that were taught using a modular approach. After pandemic started, face-to-face is prohibited. As a result, distance learning is implemented. Technology has made a huge role for the continuation of education. Facebook Messenger has become one of the tools for the perpetuation of the modular students' learning at Las Piñas City National Senior High School, Doña Josefa Campus. It's important to understand the efficiency of the use of Facebook Messenger as it's one of the bridges for the continuation of the students learned. Thus, we researchers decided to take up on conducting this study.
For the statement of the problem, this research study aims to understand how the messaging application Messenger helps the students in grade 11 ABM upon doing their respective tasks, and to have extensive knowledge about a certain topic. This specifically answered the following questions. Number 1. What are the demographic profile of grade 11 ABM strand students in terms of age and gender? Number 2. How important is the Messenger application in the learning of the ABM grade 11 strand? Number 3. How accessible is the application Messenger for the grade 11 ABM strand in the mode of modular distance learning?
Significance of our study. Our study gives understanding to the importance of Facebook Messenger by the grade 11 ABM student of Las Piñas City National Senior High School, Doña Josefa Campus. This research can give some ideas to the reader of this study and can help them in making decisions related to this study. This study shall benefit the following. First are teachers. It gives control to teachers as compared to the management system of education. Other students and teachers who read the research can avail the importance of Facebook Messenger as they may implement an act on how to use Facebook Messenger for study and teaching in a beneficiary way. Second, the students. This study gives idea for them to access technology like Facebook Messenger in a way of improving and giving ease to their learning. Third are the parents. It gives them idea on how to improve their children's quality of learning with the use of Facebook Messenger. Lastly, the school administrator. This study can assist them on how they will improve the education system with the use of Facebook Messenger as a bridge of learning.
Next is the scope and delimitation of our study. The study covers the importance of the Facebook Messenger to the modular learning of the grade 11 ABM students at Las Piñas City National Senior High School, Doña Josefa Campus. It focuses on the benefits and accessibility of the Facebook Messenger to the students and their demographic status that affect their eligibility to use Facebook Messenger. The Facebook Messenger has become a part of the life by all the research participants, so they can state their experience using it on a particular situation. The research only focused on the perspective of the grade 11 ABM students. Another limitation of the study is that it only covers at least 5 students every section of the grade 11 ABM students school year 2021 to 2022 in the modular learning, including the time and situation when the Facebook Messenger is used for school purposes by the grade 11 modular learners. The academic performance of the students is also excluded, although it was preferable to conduct this research in all ABM modular students at Las Piñas City Senior High School, Doña Josefa Campus, due to COVID-19 restrictions and guidelines. We need to specify the topic related to the given situation and its purpose.
For the last part of the chapter, definition of terms is included. Here are the words that may be confusing at first for some readers and researchers. First is the word COVID-19. COVID-19 is a disease caused by the new strain of coronavirus. Co stands for corona, V for virus, and D for disease. Second is Facebook Messenger. It is a free mobile messaging application used for instant messaging, sharing photos, videos, audio recordings, and for group chats. Third term is the EBM. EBM refers to academic strand track. A stands for accountancy, B for business, and M for management, mostly related to accounting and business. Fourth is LP, and HS. It is an acronym for Las Piñas City National Senior High School. Fifth is the distance learning. It is a method of studying in which lectures are broadcast or classes are conducted by correspondence or over the internet without the students needing to attend a school or college. And lastly is the modular learning. It is a form of distance learning that employs the use of self-learning modules. These self-learning modules are based on the most essential learning competencies provided by the Tatad.
After finishing the Chapter 1, let's proceed to Chapter 2, or the review of related literature. Facebook have changed the way people access, manage, and exchange knowledge, as well as the way they connect and interact. This change has led to the emergence of different learning styles, especially among young people. On the other hand, educators like Haid, Fisher, and Kugman in 2009 believe that social networking tools offer flexible and dynamic learning opportunities that are often more appealing and engaging than traditional learning arrangements. As the COVID-19 pandemic emerged in the Philippines, disruption, including travel restriction, closure of schools, and a global economic downturn, are implemented to slow down the spread of the virus and prevent infections. In addition, face-to-face involvement of teachers and pupils has also stopped. Due to it, the Department of Education or DepEd implemented modular distance learning to ensure educational continuity and to guarantee that each school continues to achieve its objective and vision of providing quality education to every Filipino learner. Facebook Messenger has one of the learning tools used by the student and teachers for school purposes interaction. The adoption to Facebook Messenger as part of teaching allows for rapid collaborative and easy communication between the teacher and the students.
Stated by Choi in 2013 and Toms and Eril Mas in 2014. Social media has been proven in many studies that facilitate educational activities through collaboration, interaction, active participation, critical thinking, and learning content sharing. NIU in 2017 also argued that Facebook as social media could be used as a learning management system, LMS. Meanwhile, Facebook Messenger is the #1 messaging application in 64 countries, according by Bobrov in 2018. It is due to the advanced features that users like and need, reasoned by Dogtip in 2018. According by Tananurak Sakul in 2018, the said platform is mainly used by the students rather than email or mobile phones. During academic consultations, due to its convenience to use, it can share various media types, create group chats, send voice clips, and text messages, and make audio and video calls, said by Gang Nooks in 2020. It was released as a standalone application of Facebook in 2011. Moreover, it can be used as an online discussion platform to improve the students' responses to test performance, according to Farhan in 2019. Therefore, it is conducive to use since most of the students have an active Facebook account, and they are more familiar with using this application. Moreover, Messenger's instant messaging feature makes this application advantageous with other online platforms even without an internet connection as long as the mobile phone data is opened.
Facebook is almost universally used among higher education students. These students consider Facebook as their main social media choice and therefore spend a great part of their time in its use in their normal day. According by Elifsen L in 2015. According to Alazmi A and Rahman A in 2013, in a study conducted in one of Malaysia's large public universities, the researchers found that among 105 students, only 3 students stated that they did not use Facebook, with only 2.8%. Moreover, in a study conducted in University Technology Malaysia, UTM, the findings of the study showed that 97.10% of students use Facebook compared to 28.50% use blogs, and only 14.50% use Twitter, alongside their use of Facebook, stated by Adelea in 2010. Students, on the other hand, spend a considerable amount of time actively on Facebook. Willie and Zison in 2006, in their study reported that 91% of college students use Facebook. In accordance to Ellison Steinfeld and Lump in 2007, another study showed that college students use Facebook on an average of 10 to 30 minutes daily. Similarly, results of a study by Pempek Yermolayeva and Calvert in 2009 showed that college students spend an average of 27.93 minutes per day during weekdays, and an average of 28.44 minutes per day during weekends on Facebook. However, Alazmi and Rahman in 2013 reported that 78.9% of students spend more than 1 hour on a day on Facebook. More interesting facts were found by Junko in 2012 when the findings went beyond other studies by revealing that students spend 100 minutes every day on Facebook. The findings showed that Facebook is the place where nowadays university students are linked with their virtual world. According to staff writers in 2009, college students or students who are planning to start their education in a university can use Facebook for many purposes, such as to choose a proper school, register for classes, choose their majoring fields, buy textbooks, find class schedules and plan, find class tools and materials, and communicate with other students and teachers.
Facebook Messenger has the potential to be used as a platform for academic discussions. According by Lim in 2010, as said by Zhao et al. In 2008, Facebook Messenger has gained popularity among teenagers, and almost all teenagers have a Facebook account and spend hours in there. Previous studies on the use of Facebook Messenger as an educational tool showed that students get benefits in using Facebook Messenger in their learning, as specified by Madge et al. In 2009. Furthermore, by inserting Facebook Messenger in their teaching tool, teachers can create a good learning environment, as Facebook Messenger is useful for learning environment, stated by Kabilan, Ahmad, and Abidin in 2010. In that case, Facebook Messenger will be able to enhance teaching and learning, according by Hamid et al. In 2011.
Davidovich N. and Belichenko M. in 2019 conduct a study to discuss the Facebook social network and its use at the university. The research shows that the Facebook groups are used to facilitate communication between students, foster a positive social climate, create dialogue, and share learning material among group members. They examine students' achievements and their satisfaction with the impact of the Facebook group on the academic course. To examine whether the use of Facebook groups in academic courses can improve course quality and students' achievements. The findings of this study indicated the learning purpose via Facebook have a positive perception to students regarding interaction with their peers. Course contents can be discussed anytime they need through their interaction on Facebook. AI Delay and Tasir in 2017 stated that Facebook has a positive effect on students' achievement when used for educational purposes. Junko in 2012 found that when students use Facebook for educational purposes such as gathering information, checking to see what friends are up to, and sharing information or sharing links, it results in a positive academic outcome better than when they use it merely for socializing, such as status update and chatting.
According to the study written by Anderson in 2013, Class Messenger is the digital tool that bridges the communication between parents and teachers. It contains options such as application, text, email, or website that can be seen in a teacher's dashboard. Moreover, parents can choose their preferred method of receiving a message, and the communication will not be shared outside the school administration premises. Medium of communication between students and teachers, and even with their parents. In the new normal method of learning, Facebook Messenger plays a vital role, according to May in 2021. The teaching and learning process has indeed affected by the unprecedented COVID-19 outbreak. Several schools and universities in the world that do not have an LMS, or to have one may be difficult due to financial constraints, cannot be denied. An alternative mode of delivering classes online is using various social media platforms, as specified by Ula and Perales 2021 on the same context. Angoro and Rowena in 2020 conducted a study on Facebook as an alternative learning tool for education amidst COVID-19 pandemic. They finalized that this platform can be used as a reliable learning management system capable of sharing and storing different files, synchronous and asynchronous interaction of the teachers and learners, monitoring students' outputs.
Dangel Sumaong 2020 revealed the challenges experienced in implementing modular distance learning in 2 public schools in the Philippines. These were insufficient funds for the production and delivery of self-learning modules. As a result, students struggled with self-paced learning modules, and parents are unsure how to help their children with their academics. They found that social media, such as Facebook Messenger, was the most practical form of communication among teachers, students, and parents aside from text and phone calls. Avila and Cabrera in 2020 conducted a study to understand better the effectiveness of using the Facebook group feature of Facebook in distance learning as an alternative to various learning management systems, especially during the time of COVID-19 pandemic, and revealed that the use of Facebook group in virtual classrooms highly improved the academic performance of students compared to those that were taught in using modular approach.
COVID-19 outbreak has greatly affected the system of education. The students must cope with the new normal way of teaching and acquiring knowledge. The teaching and learning process has indeed affected by it. A number of schools and universities in the world that do not have an LMS, or to have one may be difficult due to financial constraints, cannot be denied. An alternative mode of delivering classes online is using various social media platforms, according by Ula and Perales in 2021. Using Facebook Messenger plays an important role during the pandemic because it provides opportunities for students to enhance students' learning under the situations. Facebook Messenger is also helpful for students, especially for them to thoroughly analyze the topics or lesson for every subject. In addition, the findings of the study indicated that learning purposes via Facebook have a positive perception on students regarding interaction with their peers. Course contents can be discussed anytime they need through the interaction on Facebook, as stated by Aldilay and Tasir in 2017. Facebook has also a positive effect on students' achievement when used for educational purposes. Additionally, it was found that students are willing to continue their learning tasks and work with peers through Facebook interaction to enhance their learning academic performance. Despite the flaws and shortcomings of Facebook Messenger, the study provides a unique perspective on the usage of Facebook Messenger as an educational tool in varied degrees in teaching practice, especially amid the pandemic.
That's the end of the chapter 1 and 2 of our research. For the final grading, we will be learn have and more chapter related to our study and research 1. Before execution, let me introduce to you the members of the researchers of Group 3 in ABM Convivial that made this presentation possible. Here are the Group 3 members: Christian Anthony Agbalog, I, Rowena Gavino, John Patrick Mendez, Syrah Coplah, Czarina Jane Casana, and May Tatad. Again, that is our research presentation for the chapter 1 and 2. Thank you for watching and listening.